This is an introduction to the urinary system by Cassidy Dyer and Emma Linskog. The main functions of the urinary system. The urinary system essentially filters blood and creates urine as a waste byproduct. So the urine is first produced in the kidneys. The kidneys filter blood in order to remove waste and extra water to make urine. The urine is made up of water, ions, and small soluble compounds. When it leaves the kidney, it goes through the urinary tract, which is made up of the ureters, which are the tubes that carry urine to the bladder. And the bladder stores your urine, so it is collected in the bladder, which will eventually contract and be released through the urethra. And it is essentially the same thing for men as it is for women, except it will just be released through the penis. Still the urethra, just through the penis. The structure of function of major organs. So, the anatomy of the kidneys. So the kidneys are bean-shaped organs that rest on each side of your spine, behind your stomach, and below your ribs. The kidneys can start at 2.5 inches when you're born and can grow up to 5 inches. They are just attached to the posterior abdominal wall. So the histology of the kidneys, each kidney is held in place by connective tissue or renal fascia, which also surrounds the kidney and just holds it in place. The second layer is the perineal fat capsule, which helps anchor and is just made up of fatty adipose tissue. The third layer is going to be a renal capsule, which is made up of collagen and elastin, which will just help protect the kidney. So once we get more into the inner part of the kidney, the outer part is going to be called the cortex, and then more in the middle is going to be the medulla. And then this contains upward of 1 million nephrons. And the nephrons are responsible for filtration, excretion, and reabsorption. They also regulate ion balance, water content, and help stabilize blood pressure. Each nephron has a filter, and each of these nephron filters are made up of a glomerulus and a tubule. The glomerulus filters your blood, while the tubules return needed nutrients to the blood as well as removing waste. The urine is produced in the lobes of the kidneys, and urine is discharged in the minor calyx. Okay, and then moving on to the ureters. So the anatomy of the ureters, each ureter is going to be about 3 to 4 millimeters long, and they are just tubes with a surrounded by a muscle wall, and these will just connect the kidneys to the bladder. So the histology, the epithelium that lines the tubes is stratified transitional epithelium, and a fibrous mucosal membrane lies underneath that epithelium. All right, and then onto the bladder, which is a sac that serves as a reservoir for urine. So the anatomy of the bladder, it is just going to be a triangular shaped and hollow, and it is located in the lower abdomen. So the histology of the bladder, we're going to do the layers from the outside in. So our first layer is going to be the adventitia, is a loose connective tissue that serves as the bladder's outer layer in areas where there is no serosa. And then the serosa is this connective tissue layer that covers the bladder dome. The muscularis propria has 3 layers, which are the inner longitudinal, middle circular, and outer longitudinal. Throughout the bladder wall, they are run randomly, although the 3 layers are better seen around the neck of the bladder. The lamina propria is a matrix made up of elastic fibers, capillaries, lymphatics, immune cells, afferent and efferent nerve endings, fibroblast, myofibroblasts, adipocytes, etc. And then the lining of the epithelium is specialized stratified epithelium, or the urothelium, which is only in urinary structures. It is made up of 3 layers: the apical layer, intermediate layer, and the basal layer. Alright, so we're now onto the urethra. And the anatomy of the urethra is lined by pseudostratified columnar epithelium. It is located in the corpus spongiosum, and it is made up of erectile tissue. So in males, the urethra is divided into 3 parts: the prostatic, membranous, and the spongy urethra. The prostatic is located at the neck of the bladder, which then connects to the membranous urethra, which is surrounded by a sphincter muscle that helps you hold in urine. And then this connects to the spongy urethra, which is the longest and expels the urine. Each of these has its own supply of arteries and helps with blood flow. And then the female urethra consists of muscular, erectile, and then mucous parts. And then onto the major homeostatic functions. The urinary system regulates concentration of sodium, potassium, chloride, and other ions, which in turn helps regulate the blood pressure, volume, and plasma concentration. The blood is filtered through the kidneys. The waste from the blood passes through the nephrons and down the renal tubules of the kidney.
The urinary system excretes toxins absorbed by the digestive epithelium, excretes bilirubin and nitrogenous wastes from the liver. Calcitriol production by kidneys aids calcium and phosphate absorption. The urinary system also excretes nitrogenous wastes, maintains fluid, electrolytes, and acid-base balance of blood that nourishes the skin. The urinary system assists in the excretion of carbon dioxide, which provides bicarbonate buffers that assist in pH regulation. Kidney stones are small pebble-shaped pieces of waste made up of minerals and salt. They exit the body through the urinary tract, which can be severely painful. There are different types of kidney stones: calcium stones, struvite stones, uric acid stones, and cystine stones. The symptoms don't start until the kidney stones move around within your kidney or pass into the ureterines. People experience symptoms of pain while urinating from their lower abdomen, pink, brown, or red urine, nausea, and chills. Causes could be from diet, medical conditions, or excess body weight, although kidney stones often have no definite cause. Passing kidney stones can be very painful. If the stones become lodged in the urinary tract, surgery would be needed. Risk factors include eating foods high in protein, sugar, salts, certain medications or supplements, and not drinking enough water. Prostate cancer is a very common type of cancer that is found in the prostate. There are different types of prostate cancer which grow at different speeds and are treated differently. Prostate cancer can cause trouble urinating, erectile dysfunction, and bone pain. It's not clear what causes prostate cancer, although scientists know it begins when the cell's DNA changes, causing rapid cell division of abnormal cells. The risk of prostate cancer is higher after the age of 50. For reasons not yet known, Black people have a higher risk of prostate cancer, which is also more likely to be aggressive or advanced. A family history of prostate cancer puts an individual at a higher risk as well. Some things people can do to prevent prostate cancer is to eat healthy foods, exercise regularly, and talk to your doctor about increased risks. A urinary tract infection is an infection that can affect any part of the urinary system, most commonly in the bladder and urethra. Some symptoms may include the persistent urge to urinate, burning when urinating, or red, bright pink, or cola-colored urine. UTIs are caused by bacteria entering any part of the urinary system. Some risk factors include sexual activity, blockages in the urinary tract, and a suppressed immune system. UTIs differ from men and women. Women are put at a higher risk to contract a UTI because the length of the bacteria has to travel is a shorter distance. Kidney failure happens when the kidneys are unable to filter waste from the blood. Types of kidney failure include acute and chronic. Both can be fatal. Acute kidney failure develops rapidly in a few days and can be reversed if treated. Chronic kidney failure cannot be cured. Symptoms include fatigue, decreased urine output, and fluid retention. Causes of kidney failure include having a condition that slows blood flow to your kidneys, direct damage to the kidneys, and uterines becoming blocked, and waste cannot leave your body. Some risks include already being hospitalized and needing intensive care, age, and high blood pressure.